In today's video, we are making my infamous cheeseburger empanada. Get ready to sauce up, let's go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of More Seasoning. I am your host, Farnum, and today we are making one of my deep fried favorites. Listen, I try to stay away from the deep fryer as often as I can. Oil me up, baby, it's time to go. But if I'm hitting the deep fryer, it is gonna be for this cheesy, beautiful, amazing cheeseburger empanada. Now, I know some of y'all gonna be like,
Farnum, why'd you have to Americanize it?
well, listen, I make all kinds of empanadas, and we'll cover those on this channel at some point, but right now, a cheeseburger and an empanada just sounds so damn good. That's why I wanna give you guys the recipe. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you scroll down, hit that subscribe button, that like button, and drop a comment below. Cheeseburger empanada, it's cheesy, it's crunchy, it's fire, it's B-roll time. Let's go. All right, before we jump into this, I am making my empanada dough from scratch. You don't have to, you can buy them pre-made at the store, but the ingredients for this are 80-20 ground beef, a white onion, garlic dill pickles. If you haven't had Clausen, you're tripping, it's the best. Nasty ass American cheese, but it's delicious. Unsalted butter, mayo, yellow mustard, ketchup, what sauce, dried oregano, red chili flake, smoked paprika, sugar, flour, salt, and canola oil to fry. All right, so we're about to jump into the empanada dough. I understand not everybody has the time or the patience for this, so if you don't want to make it, you can just fast forward to this right here. For those of you who are riding with me and want to see it though, we are going to start with 2 cups of flour, half a tablespoon of sugar, 1 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now we whisk. Next, we're gonna take 6 tablespoons of butter. So you're gonna take your very cold butter, you're gonna cut them into 1/2-inch slices, throw that into your dough mix. Then you're just gonna slowly smash and pinch each piece of butter with the flour until it turns into a nice crumbly mixture. It should take about 3 to 5 minutes for you to get the perfect consistency like this. All right, next we're gonna take 1/2 cup of cold water and we're gonna pour that into our mixture. Now we're gonna go ahead and massage that with our hands. It's gonna be really cakey and gooey at first, but you're just gonna keep working it. When you get everything to come together in the bowl, we're gonna throw some flour down on your cutting board, slap that on your cutting board, and then we're gonna knead that dough for about 5 minutes. After about 5 minutes, it'll come together into a nice ball just like this. So this is gonna be your end result. It's gonna be kind of like a tacky, moist dough. Obviously it came together really nice. You know, you can work it and it shouldn't fall apart. It shouldn't stick to you. It shouldn't come off. If it is sticking a little bit, add a tiny bit more flour. So the next step is to take some cling wrap. You're gonna lay 1 sheet out. We're gonna flatten that dough as flat as we can. Then we're gonna cover that with another sheet. All right, once you've got your cling wrap on, you're just gonna fold it over. And then we are gonna throw this in the fridge for 1 hour at minimum. All right, next we're gonna make our burger sauce, and trust me, the is fire. We're gonna start with 1 cup of mayo, equal parts ketchup, equal parts mustard. Then we're gonna finally cut 4 or 5 slices of our pickle. Then you're gonna take a sip of your pickle juice. And then you're gonna add just a splash into your sauce. Then we're gonna add a generous pinch of salt and a bunch of black cracked pepper. And now we mix. Give it a taste, make sure it doesn't suck. Gosh. All right, next we're gonna cut up 1/2 a white onion. All right, so we're gonna start by cutting that onion in half. Then we're gonna peel that outer layer off. Then we're gonna go ahead and do some vertical cuts, then some opposing cuts in order to get that cross chop. Do a little fine chop, scoop it up into the bowl. All right, last thing we gotta do as far as prep work goes is we're gonna put more pickles in our actual burger meat. That way it kind of takes on that flavor of like a cheeseburger. So we're just gonna take 5 or 6 of these. We're gonna cut them up real fine, scoop them up into a bowl. All right, so we're gonna flip the cameras around at this point. We're gonna cook our burger meat up. Then we're gonna fly back over here, put those empanadas together, and then it's time to fry my guy. All right, so here we are at the stove, and this is what your setup is gonna look like. And that's Leroy in a white beater. All right, so over here we've got our meat and our onions with our what the sauce. In the middle, we've just got a nice deep saute pan. And over here, I've got all my spices and a sieve into a bowl, or you could use a colander just to be able to drain that meat. Hey, we're here. We've had this on like a medium-high heat for the last few minutes, so I'm gonna put this meat in this pan and it should sound like this. I'm gonna let this whole side brown, give it like 45 seconds to a minute, then I'm gonna flip it, let the other side brown, and then I'm gonna break it down with this. This is the Meat Chopper Deluxe 5000. It's linked in my description below. It's the best meat chopper you'll ever use, guaranteed. Flip, flip, flip. If you wanna know why I left my hamburger meat out for like 45 minutes before I cooked it, check this video out right here. I don't know which side it is, but it's the Steak 101 video, and I will teach you how to cook red meat perfectly. Let's go. All right, when it's almost totally browned, we got a little bit of pink left, we're going in with those onions. And we're just gonna cook these onions for a couple minutes until they're nice and translucent and soft. Let's get spicy, come on. All right, we're gonna do a few glugs of our what the sauce for some flavor. Then we're gonna go in with about 1.5 teaspoons of oregano, 1.5 teaspoons of smoked paprika, and about 1/2 teaspoon of some red chili flakes. Okay, and lastly, we're just gonna go in with a nice hefty pinch of salt or 2, and then a bunch of black cracked pepper. Now we mix. All right, and we're just gonna let these flavors infuse for about 45 seconds to a minute. Our onions are almost there. All right, now we need to strain all these juices, so we're just going right into our colander or our sieve just to get all those juices out of there so we don't soak our empanadas. Give it a little push down, like watch, look at all that. See, we can't have that in the empanada. Give it a whiff. What you think, bro?
Delicious.
It's only halfway. Listen, it's time to put the cameras back over here. We gotta do a couple more things to our meat, then we're putting our empanadas together. Let's go. All right, so once your meat has drained, look at all that. That's that acid reflux that everybody hates. Shout out to Tums. We're gonna take our meat and we're gonna pour it into a bowl. I'm gonna let this hopefully cool off a little bit before we put it into those empanadas because we don't want that steam. And we got our burger meat in here. Next, we're adding pickles. And once we got those pickles in there, we're going in with our burger sauce because we want every bite to taste like heaven, right? So here we go. It's big 2 spoonfuls. Let's mix it up. All right, my boy Leroy is gonna do a taste test real quick to make sure the filling is fired.
We in a big ass group too.
Hey, yo. The instant smile.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Nah, shit is fire.
I mean, obviously, if you don't like pickles, you don't have to put them in, but that's what makes it. It tastes like a cheeseburger already, right? Yeah. Thanks, we on the way. All right, so now it is time to finally put our empanadas together, and this is what it's gonna look like real quick. So over here, we have got our empanada dough. Next to that, I've got a scale. We've got our meat. And then over here, I've got my tortilla press or my empanada press. If you don't have one of these, you can just use a rolling pin and roll it out into a circle. And that's it. All right, so we're gonna start off by pulling about 100 grams of dough. All right, that's good. And then all we're gonna do is we're gonna roll this into a ball. All right, then we're gonna come over here. We're gonna put our ball in the middle, then we're just gonna kind of push it out a little bit just to give it a little bit of a head start. Then take our other Ziploc bag right on top, push it down, give it a press. And voila, there is your empanada. We're gonna bring it over here. Then we're gonna take a piece of our American cheese, a little bit of our burger meat, then we're gonna do one more piece of cheese right on top. And then what we do is we pull this side up, we pull this side up, we push down, and then we're just gonna try to get it away from the meat. I am by no means a professional at this. And then we just kind of pinch it closed. We just kind of push it in and pinch it closed. Pinch it closed, pinch it closed. Get in there. Push that in, pinch it closed. All right, now that we've got everything pinched closed, is we're just gonna kind of pull it out, pinch everything off just like that. And then we're gonna take our fork, and then we're just gonna push it down just like that. Down and out. And basically that's just gonna blend those 2 layers together. It's gonna go all the way down, and that is your empanada. So here, we've got our first empanada. And let me say, this looks better than anyone I've ever made because I really suck at this, but just know that don't judge a book by its cover. This shit all tastes amazing inside. So let's make a couple more. All right, so our empanadas are rolled and it is time to deep fry them. I got my deep fryer outside because I don't want the whole house to smell like it. I'll link it below. It's seriously the best thing ever. But listen, if you don't have a deep fryer, which you probably don't, all you're gonna do is fill up a deep stock pot about halfway. Then you're gonna throw some hot oil in there. We're gonna get that up to about 365 degrees. Make sure you throw a thermometer in there to check. And then we're just gonna fry these until they're golden brown. Or you buy the deep fryer from Amazon like me, and then you take your empanadas and we throw them in the basket. I usually do 2 or 3 at a time. I'll try to squeak 3 in there for time saver's sake, and then we just drop them in. Wham! And then give it a second and they should just start to rip. And there we go, baby. All right, so I've got my empanadas. They've been in here for a couple minutes. They're looking good. They're starting to bubble up. So again, if you don't have a deep fryer, you're just gonna set that big stock pot, fill it up, go ahead, cook them on one side for like 3 or 4 minutes and flip them on the other until golden brown. That's what we're looking for. Whatever golden brown means, that's what you're aiming for. Just make sure that oil is hot enough so the oil does not soak into the empanada. So it's been about 8 minutes. Now these look nice and golden brown. We got some beautiful bubbling on the top. Now if you wonder what all this black stuff is, it looks like one of our guys cracked open and the cheese burnt, so that's probably a no-go. So make sure you just pinch those. Hey, I'm not afraid to show a mess up on here so you guys don't. Just make sure you pinch these closed all the way, but these look perfect, so let's throw them on here. Ah, this shit is hot. All right, last 2 going in. Side taste test, we were able to cut the burnt bits off. Oh, look at that. The dough, the pickle, the meat, and then you scoop it in like this. Get a little bit of that sauce.
It tastes like a smash burger. It tastes like a smash burger with the best dough.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our empanadas are done, and it is time to do the taste test. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the taste test. Without any further ado, we want to try these empanadas. Welcoming back my boys Leroy and T. It's been a while since T's been on because we got in a fight. But we're all good now.
We're straight now.
Leroy hasn't been on because he works 7 days a week. Body goes stupid. 3, 2, 1.
Ooh. Wow, yeah. That dough is so, me like you.
Just like I expected, bro.
I like the dough or the, what do you call it? The crust dough bread. It's really good. That's what stands
Yeah, the
out.
empanada dough, yeah.
Empanada dough.
This is fire. I'll eat the meat. Pause.
It tastes like a pot pie, right?
Yeah, bro.
It's literally like a pot pie crust.
Like a Popeye crust.
It's flaky, it's crispy, it's got flavor in it, it's soft inside, it's perfect. It's literally the perfect empanada. It's not overwhelming.
Not
like you
overwhelming.
can eat like 3 of these.
Oh yeah, good.
I'm already getting kind of full of one.
You getting full off.
Not like full.
You had
full,
half.
Oh, so I'm like getting like satisfied.
Go ahead, T. Let me see you bust it open.
Hey, not that short for me.
What you think? Fresh bite.
That's that for real.
Jamar's gonna try it because he don't like pickles.
Let's get in here.
But the crust is fire though.
That's what I'm saying.
But the crust make the if you was by the from Publix, it's not gonna be the same. That is good. The pickle juice tastes good in it, but I don't like the crunch of the pickle. It kind
I
of
don't
throw me
taste
off.
no sort of pickles in it.
I do.
It's all love.
It hit though.
Y'all good.
Star scale real quick. Go ahead, Leroy. 1 through 5 stars. What are you giving this cheeseburger empanada?
Or empanada, honestly. I hate to say it, but I'm gonna give it a 5, man.
Dude, honestly.
I don't like the 5 because it seemed like I'm biased.
Right,
My boy.
right, of course. You know, everybody in the comments like, oh, they only give him a 5 because, you know,
Yeah.
that's...
People
But
say
This is fire. Yeah, people ask me like, bro, is this food really that good? Bro, it is good. This is good.
No, honestly, if we're on a scale of rating empanadas, yeah, 5 out of 5, dude, honestly. Like, what more could you want?
The filling is fire, the crust is fire, the sauce is fire. When it comes to the star scale, you know me, I make sure it's 5 stars for all you guys, so that's a 5-star for me on this cheeseburger empanada. Boys, I appreciate y'all. Hope you enjoyed. Hope your stomach doesn't hate you after that little bit of cheese in there, and yeah.
Yeah, we will be.
Ladies and gentlemen, and there you have it, the 5-star cheeseburger empanada that you can make at home. Listen, like I said, you don't have to make this dough. You can skip that whole step, but I promise, any dough that you buy, it is not going to even come close to touching this. This stuff is special. You can scale the recipe up and make a ton for a whole party. Hey, if you made it this far, that means you're enjoying the content. Please scroll down, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and drop a comment below. Hey, my name is Farnum. This is More Seasoning. I appreciate y'all. We out.